Before I get started, I want to make sure that you know everything I talk about is in the link below. In addition, I give a free handout that you can go and get in the link below and watch this video here. This will also give you some really good ideas on how to do this. Just to let you know, it took me many weeks to figure this out to do it correctly. And because this is a decentralized exchange and it is new, the way that the uploads work is a lot different. It's good to know this information because it can really help you and save you days. In fact, endless hours and a lot of frustration. And that's what I would like to save you from because it took a toll on me and I don't want it to do the same with you. So enjoy this video and make sure to click the subscribe, the like, the comments, and the bell so that I can get my channel out to those people who really want this information and also who could really use it. Thanks a lot for helping. I appreciate you. And watch the next part of this video. You'll get a lot out of it. See you on the next one. I'm going to walk you through this very simply, step by step. Stick with me because there are a few subtle nuances and you're going to want to pay attention to this. Maybe stop this video so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm in the DEX right now. I'm going to export my payment history to the CSV, and I'm going to export my trade history to the CSV. So there's two things that you need to export, your trade history and your payment history. Why? Because your payment history has your fees and your trade history has your trades. They are not combined on a DEX. Understand how things work on a decentralized exchange versus a typical know your customer or KYC exchange. They work differently because it's worked on the blockchain. It is not worked on a back office where it runs through a KYC. So we're going to do the trade history first. And how I got here was I touched these up and down little arrows here. So if I touch the down arrow, it goes all the way down. If I touch the up arrow, it goes all the way up. I'm going to export this and I'm going to choose a date. Let's choose this date here. And I'm going to choose that date again. And I'm going to apply. And that now I'm going to export that. And as you see, this is the two dates are here and it's applied. I'm going to export that to a CSV and that is going to be named trades and I'm going to name it CSV. So I'm going to save that. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the payment history. And I'm going to apply, choose a date, to and from date, apply. And now I'm going to export that to a CSV, and I'm going to name that. I have my two files that I'll be appending to this template. So I'll come to File, Import, and I will find the file in my computer, and I will upload those trades, and I will append them to the current sheet. I will do the same for the fees, and I'm going to append that to the current sheet. So now what you can see here is the row that you want to keep. Row 1 is the row that you need to keep. The next row here is the row that is uploaded with the trades. And the trades are done differently on the DEX than they are in TradeZella. So what you want to do is make sure that all of the information that comes from the DEX is now transported into the TradeZella Google spreadsheet. Because it doesn't matter what the DEX says. You just need the information from the DEX so that it can upload to your TradeZella account correctly. I delete the action and I put my buys and sells over here. And now I delete that with the side. I just delete that whole thing because I don't want to see that. So now I have my buys and my sells. My market over here is going to be moved over to the symbol because that's where that should be. And I'm going to delete market. Now my timestamp here is going to go over to DeepSeek. And I'm going to type in that specific information. This is what I'm telling DeepSeek to do. And then I'm giving DeepSeek this timestamp. So I'm telling DeepSeek to use this information. And now it's going to process this. It's going to regurgitate back to me what I want it to do, which is perfect. That's exactly what I want. I want it to understand that this is what I want. Now I have my CSV. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go and open a text edit file. I'm going to format this into plain text. And now I'm going to save this file and I'm going to name it CSV. Now I'm going to take that and I'm going to append that to this sheet. Super simple. Append it, import, done. So now I have the date and time. So I'm going to take those and I'm going to put that in here. And now I don't need the timestamp anymore. In fact, I don't need the timestamp here either on my fees. I don't need the market on my fees, the P&L on my fees. I don't need the hashtag. Delete that. Only thing I need from the fees are the fees, trading fee right here. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put it over in fees. What I have is the date and the time, the symbol, the buy or the sell. And here's the thing. Let me just go over this with you. When the DEX uploads this to your file, it uploads the price in column E and the size in column F. What you need to do is switch these, but before you switch them, you have to do the following. I insert a new column and I do this because you're taking this size and you're making it a share that exemplifies the dollar amount that you're putting in there. So if you're putting in $50, this is not your size. Of this size divided by 100,000. So F3 divided by 100,000. That's your size. Now you're going to autofill, and that's going to be the value that you're going to copy over into the quantity. But right now, inside of the quantity is the price. So here's how we deal with this. Control C. I'm going to do File, Paste Special, Values Only. Paste Special, Values Only. I have my values in my quantity, which is exactly what I want, but I've got to move my size over. So I'm going to cut. I'm going to paste this in the price area. And then I'm going to take these and I'm going to move them up here, and that is my quantity. I'm going to delete this second row. I'm going to delete every other fee because it's a duplicate fee, and I should have 3 fees and 3 trades. So I have a sell, a buy, a sell, a buy, and a sell and a buy. And now this is my price. And this is my quantity. I'm going to delete this column. And now I have exactly what I need. Now I'm missing one more thing, the spread. And the spread is just crypto. And what I'm going to do is type crypto, copy it all the way down. I'm done. It's not an expiration. There is no strike. There is no call or put because this isn't an option. And there is no commission. This is just a fee that I take out of the trading fees and I put this in the buy area because that's the end of my trade. Once the trade ends, that's when I get charged a fee. I always use the ending area for my fee. I don't use the beginning area because I don't know what the fee is going to be in the very beginning. I only know what the fee is going to be at the end of the trade. That's why I put my fee at the end of my trade. So if this was a buy, it would be at the sell. Since it's a short, I sold it, then it's a buy. So I put my fee over here, and I don't use dollar amounts. It's just a regular text numerical value amount. Now I have my date, my time, my symbol. It's a buy or a sell. I've got my quantity that I divided it by 100,000 and I copied over the value only because if you copy it over as a regular copy, it's going to refer to the previous cell and you don't want it to do that. You want it just the value only. So now I have my quantity in column E and my price in column F. This is the most confusing part because it is uploaded and appended in a different column. So price is uploaded and appended in column E, and quantity is uploaded and appended in column F, and it's noted as size, not quantity. In order for you to understand this, you got to do it a couple of times so that you can get better at it. Quantity is what TradeZella refers to it as. Always refer to it as what TradeZella refers to it as because that's how you are uploading the file. You're not uploading it based upon the DEX. You're uploading it based upon what TradeZella wants. You want to make sure that you have your quantity divided by 100,000. So the sum is equals, and it's a open parentheses, sum of this, and I just click onto the cell, the beginning cell, and I divide it by 100,000 and I close the parentheses and then I copy that all the way down. And that's the quantity. And then I take that and I copy the values only and I put it in column E that says quantity. And then I copy and paste the price over to column F because I'm switching the columns. And the spread is always crypto. You always use the same spread. There is no dollar amount in the spread. It just says crypto. And once you're finished, now you can upload that. And that is what shows up in your dashboard, which is here. And that's how you get this information. So that this is my net P&L. If I had used a bigger quantity, like the quantity that it gave me in the very beginning, it would have made this millions of dollars. I use it specifically based upon the dollar amount that I am using to make my trades. So hopefully that makes sense to you, and you're able to now see what you can do with the DEX and with TradeZella, and how you can use this to start tracking your trades and journaling your trades every day. I use this area up here that says start my day, and I have a template that I use that I have created that allows me to make sure that my day is starting correctly, and I'm able to go through my rules and my strategies so that I don't miss anything, and I am well aware of exactly what I'm doing. Follow along and you'll be able to do this in no time. I wish you the best, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Thumbs up and subscribe, hit the bell if you found this to be useful.